on the conflict between Israel and Iran.
And several lawmakers are now moving to curb President Trump's war powers and stop a strike on Iran without congressional approval first. Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with all the details. Hi, Maddie.
Good morning, Carly and Todd. So President Trump touched on Iran while he was flying back on Air Force One from the G7 summit in Canada. The president says he'll be going to the Situation Room early this morning. The president brushing off what he says was a claim by French President Emmanuel Macron that he was cutting his G7 trip short because he wanted a ceasefire. The president says he's looking at more than just a ceasefire, adding he wants a real end to the fighting, a, quote, complete give up by Iran. He warned against Iran targeting U.S. assets, and he's considering sending Vice President J.D. Vance and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to meet with the Iranians, but he did not officially commit to that. A U.S. official maintains the U.S. remains a defensive posture, but some lawmakers in Congress, like you said, Carly, are using whatever power they have to prevent the U.S. from getting bogged down in another foreign war. Democratic Senator Tim Kaine has filed a war powers resolution. This would require congressional debate and a vote before using U.S. military force against Iran.
Questions of war and peace, the most important things up here. And when I came to the Senate in 2012, I told myself if I ever had the opportunity to stop the United States from getting into an unnecessary war, I would do what I can. Israel has a right to defend itself, obviously, and I've supported all the aid packages to Israel. However, I don't think the United States should be at a war with Iran. I think that would be foolish.
But it's not just Kaine. Independent Senator Bernie Sanders has also introduced legislation called the No War Against Iran Act. The measure prevents the use of federal funds for military force in or against Iran without Congress signing off. And Republican Congressman Thomas Massie says he's also introducing a bipartisan war powers resolution today. Massie saying this is not our war, but if it were, Congress must decide such matters according to our Constitution. Democratic Representative Ro Khanna is leading the effort with him, and progressive Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says she'll be signing on. But Republican Senator Lindsey Graham is calling for President.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh, family, it's just breaking news every 5 minutes, and I just seen a squirrel do jumping jacks. Oh, what's going on, family? Hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful day. That you're having an amazing week. That 2025, the month of June, is going well for you and your family, your loved ones. That you're smiling today. That, you know, not worried and stressed out and strung out and tired and exhausted. And, you know, just maybe it might be one of those. But I want to tell you that I love you. You know, I know we're all going through something, man. We're praying for America, praying for peace. It is actually crazy everything that is taking place, and it's just been a roller coaster, especially the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's just been a roller coaster, and I feel like it's just woof, woof, back up, woof, back down. You know, it just, man. I seen a snake sneeze. I seen a squirrel doing jumping jacks. I don't know what to believe no more. But man, President Trump and called out Tucker Carlson. Oh man, it just AOC joining in. Oh man. Then they got a viral video right now that's going to be coming out with a full interview with Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz. And Ted just it ain't a good look. He didn't even know the Iran population. They say he didn't know. It was just a crazy interview. And not a good look for Mr. Cruz. So we gonna, oh man, it's just a lot going on, y'all. Oh, family, it's a lot going on. What y'all think of all this? But let's check this out. And then Candace Owens, she done tore her pantyhose in half. Oh, God, Miss Owens. Oh man, it's just so much going on, man. It's so much going on. Golly. We are praying for America, praying for President Trump, this administration. Kristi Noem went to the hospital today. Is she okay? I think she's okay. It's just so much going on, man. Oh boy.
Carlson criticizing you, saying that you were complicit in the war.
I don't know what Tucker Carlson is saying. Let him go get a television network and say it so that people listen.
And quickly, have you spoken to Zelensky before your bilateral?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Japan?
A lot of them. Could happen.
Could happen?
Poor Trump. It's like Trump's to the point where he just so many people didn't turn. I feel like so many people didn't turn against him, and he just getting so much, things he just at this point, God dog it. I think Trump just fed up. He putting his big toes down once again. He just fed. I think he's just fed up. Especially with what all took place with Elon Musk and how the media is once again spinning and everything with other Republicans and Democrats. Oh man, let me hear this again. Look at Trump.
Carlson criticizing you, saying that you were complicit in the war.
I don't know what Tucker Carlson is saying. Let him go get a television network and say it so that people listen.
And quickly, have you spoken to Zelensky before your bilateral?
Anytime the reporter says someone is criticizing you, President, and he just, Trump got dogged is fed up. What y'all think, family? Let me know how y'all feel about all this, man. How do you feel about Tucker Carlson? Y'all know how we feel about Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Old Tucker, man, our boy, and played a huge part in this election and a lot of, MAGA, common sense. Tucker Carlson, one of the real ones. We was thanking Fox for firing him, And Candace Owens couldn't wait to say something. She says, Trump is now mocking Tucker for not being on TV. I don't know what Tucker Carlson is saying. Let him go on, get a television network and say it so that people listen. That's what Trump said. Completely out of touch and ironic given the fact that podcasters won Trump the election. And y'all know podcasters like, shows like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, many others, the Benny Johnsons, the Officer Tatums, I myself, many others, a lot of people speaking on just common sense, the truth. And Candace Owens is calling out President Trump for responding that way on Tucker Carlson. And on the Daily Mail, this headline reads, Trump destroys Tucker Carlson with epic comeback after Iranian criticism at G7 summit. Oh, man. And we definitely got to get into that whole segment. I think he went on the Steve Bannon show or something like that, Tucker Carlson, and criticized President Trump. So we're definitely going to get into a video on that. But I want to hop on with this AOC thing. Let's get in. This is the main part of the video. I know y'all like, what the hell is AOC? What's going on? And we seen this video. Y'all sent me this video right here. AOC joins Republicans in surprise move with key war powers restrictions for Trump.
There are, maybe shockingly, some Republicans who are teaming up with Democrats to try to stop the U.S. from entering this Israeli war with Iran. Thomas Massie, who sometimes does good things, and then almost immediately undercuts the credit we give him afterward, he had tweeted, "This is not our war, but if it were, Congress must decide such matters according to our Constitution. I'm introducing a bipartisan war powers resolution tomorrow to prohibit our involvement. I invite all members of Congress to co-sponsor this resolution." And he's right. Under Congress or under the Constitution, they're supposed to be in charge. I think it would be great if at least that part of the Constitution was still in effect in this dark time. Let's find out together if it is. But AOC signed on to that, which is good. Rashida Tlaib wants to invoke the war powers resolution. Ro Khanna, who's been pretty staunchly anti-war in most cases. He used to come on our show constantly to talk about what was happening in Yemen. And in the Senate, Bernie Sanders joined up with it as well, and Tim Kaine. And there are some other Republicans too. And so there have been efforts, Alex, in some of these past conflicts to invoke the war powers resolution. It's been a bill that it's existed for I think more than half a century at this point and has basically proven to be worthless, like it's impossible to invoke or to bind the president by. But considering how many Republicans don't want to see us get involved in this conflict, maybe now it'll really be invoked. What do you think?
Not a chance in hell.
Not a chance.
No way. You really think that this Republican Congress is going to try to stop President Trump from doing what he wants, and especially to stop President Trump from doing what he wants to Iran against Israel? What political calculus do they have to do something like that? It seems impossible. And President Trump has been very clear that he is transactional in his support of everybody. And if anybody goes against him, he is happy to drop them in a second and make their life very, very difficult. It is also very clear that the Republican base is mostly with Trump, and it has nothing to do with what he stands for. A lot of it has to do with who he is and his own main character energy. And so do I think that the party is in favor of this as a whole? No. Do I think the party wants there to be a war? I think a lot of people don't. But do I think that the Republicans in Congress can be counted on to a majority of them stand up against the Donald Trump and join with AOC and Bernie Sanders as some sort of, good government effort? I don't see that happening. Thomas Massie has done that, a few times already, but I don't see many others joining. Do you?
Well, I mean, in this particular case, though, you'd only need a certain number of Republicans to join on with, I would assume, the vast majority of Democrats, not all of them. I mean, John Fetterman is like a massive fan of this. He makes Lindsey Graham look like a dove. But that said, at least in the House, I'm sure Mike Johnson could come up with all sorts of procedures.
Brother Hoodie. Oh, Senator Hoodie. I'm waiting for them to release another hit piece about him being unfit and about his health. You just can't make it up. Yeah.
Stuff to stop it from coming to a vote. Look, I don't think it's super likely necessarily, but I would say we have been talking as a country recently about the taco theory of Trump, that Trump always chickens out. He has blinked in the past when the financial markets turn against him. The polls could prove wildly.
Here we go. Trump, the taco man, he chickens out. Y'all know the saying. Y'all know how they say it.
Against involvement. And if he thought his MAGA base was going to reject him over this, well, he doesn't want that. And I feel like he has more of an attachment to that than to this conflict. Again, I agree with you. I don't think it's likely to go down in this particular way, but I hold out hope that he might blink.
Oh, I think that that's very possible. In fact, I think probably likely that Trump ends up pulling back himself because he hears from his base and because he sort of understands the dynamic. And frankly, I don't think Trump inherently wants war. He's been talking about that for many, many years. I think the concept of it, frankly, makes him uncomfortable. I mean, the guy who's known for the phrase "you're fired" doesn't like to fire people, right? I mean, he doesn't really like conflict, which is crazy with his public posture. So I don't think Trump wants to do this. I'm just saying I don't think the reason that he's not going to do it is because the Republican Party decides to, grow a spine and side with Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer and fight him. I just don't see that the way that it happens.
Oh boy. Yeah. What a time to be alive. Trump says, somebody please explain to Cookie. Did he say cookie? At first I thought, when I first read it, I said, did Trump call him a cookie? This is my first time hearing this word, cookie. Let me look it up what that means. What the hell does this mean? Cookie. Cookie. See, let's look it up because you say this out loud and Siri thinks you're saying cookie. No, Siri, not a chocolate chip cookie. Okay, what does it mean to be strange? Okay, it means to be, it's another word for strange. They say, Rick, sir, you didn't know that, sir? You probably didn't even know. Yeah, so someone or something that is slightly strange. Does that even sound right? That sounds right. Slightly strange or eccentric. Did I say that right? Look, y'all let me know if I'm getting it right now. Please let me know if I'm getting it right, man. You know, and where's that clip of Ted I want to show on here? Cause y'all got to hear and see this. It just doesn't stop. Everybody posting about what take place. So Tucker, see if we can find it. Can we find it? Please let me find it. Please. Did I scroll past it? Okay, here it is right here.
At all? No, I don't know the population.
Okay, so this is the clip that is going viral. Everybody's reposting. So she just posted it, but you know,
at all?
Let me see. It says Tucker Carlson is so smug and arrogant. His fake laugh is the most annoying sound I've ever heard. He did a quick Google search before interviewing Senator Ted Cruz to try to catch him in a gotcha moment. You don't need to know the exact population count or the precise percentage of precision in their DNA. I'm pretty sure Senator Cruz's position is not forced regime change, a ground invasion, and intervention. Again, half of y'all over here don't even know the population of America. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, family. Let's be honest. Y'all know what the population of America? Half of the stuff y'all be looking up, y'all be using Google Maps. Google so let's not do that. Okay? But some people are saying it's not looking good for Ted Cruz in this interview with Tucker Carlson. And hey, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all be the that's some people in them four-wheelers outside the house. Yeah, they be riding four-wheelers up through here, man. All the mud and all kind of, you know, it's freedom when you got all these acres out here. These people out here just crazy.
Country you seek to topple?
It says Ted Cruz just became more popular in Texas. We don't give two about how many people live in Iran, Tucker Carlson. Let's again. This is the clip that is going viral right now from the Tucker Carlson show.
How many people live in Iran, by the way? I don't know the population. At all? No, I don't know the population. You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple? How many people live in Iran? 92 million. Okay. Yeah. How could you not know that? I don't sit around memorizing population tables. Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government. Why is it relevant whether it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant? Because if you don't know anything about the country... I didn't say I don't know anything about the country. What's the ethnic mix of Iran? They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute. It's not even... You don't know anything about Iran.
Tucker, take your shoes off in your suit, sir.
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran. You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government. You're the one who claims... You don't know anything about the country. No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the one who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad. You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump? Yes, I do. Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that... We're carrying out military strikes today. You said Israel was. Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them. Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity. No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them. You just said we were. We are supporting Israel. High stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening. Hey.
What do y'all think of that? It's I don't know, man. It's a lot going on. I feel like a lot of people are acting very, very strange. It's a lot of people, man. You know, what do y'all think about everything that's going on right now, man? Prayers for America, President Trump, this administration. Because God dog it, we don't know what to expect next. We do not know what to expect next. You know, but we rooting for America, man. Rooting for, exactly what we voted for. And we'll see how this thing plays out, man. Prayers for peace. We don't want to go and leave us alone. We don't want to fight no war. We want to say no American soldiers to fight no war, man. Peace through strength, man. But let me know what y'all think of all this. I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, you guys.